You are welcome to this class. In this class, we are going to look at all the 2023 past questions. We are going to look at every question that was asked in JAMB in 2023 in this class. There are 40 questions. So tighten your seatbelt and let's get started. Thank you. Now let's look at this. This is AP question. It says, the first and last terms of an arithmetic progression are 5 and 89. The first term is 5. The last term is 89, respectively. If the sum of the AP, we don't know the number of terms, is 611. Find the common difference. Because of this first and last, I'm going to use the sum of AP as n over 2 a plus L. Now we substitute here to have 611 equals to, I don't know this, I know the beginning, I know the end. So let's start with this. So with this now, you agree with me, going to have, this will give us 94. We cross multiply to have 611 multiplied by 2 equals to 94n. This and this, this and this. So n therefore is 611 multiplied by 2 all over 94. If you do this now, you're going to have 122 2 over 94. If you divide this, you have 13. That is n therefore is equals to 13. You agree with me to find any term, we say a plus n minus 1d. What it means now is that the total number of terms are 13. We have the first term to be what? To be 5. So we put 5 here plus what is n? N is 13 minus 1. We are looking for d. Now we already know this last term. According to this calculation, the last term is this, 89. So we can use that one to replace this because this 13 we got is the last. That is the end term. The end term, the final term is 13. And the value you will find here is 89. So we replace this one with 89. We have the first term, as you can see, is already 5. So we are going to substitute here now that here is 5 plus 13 minus 1d. 5 plus 12d. Okay? 89. 89 minus 5 equals to 12d. This will give us 84 equals to 12d. Divide both sides by 12. Cancel this. You agree with me? 84 divided by 12 will give you 7. So d therefore is 7. So it means 7 is the answer we are looking for. So you can see you must have good speed. Good speed comes from practice, practice, practice. Learn to practice questions. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. If you get to any topic, make sure that you solve at least 30 questions in each subtopic in that topic. Okay? Let's look at this. It says, the third and the seventh terms of a geometric progression are 72 and 8 over 9 respectively. Find the fifth term. So all we have to do here, you agree with me, to get any term, when it comes to geometric progression, to get any term, say the third term is equals to AR n minus 1, right? In place of n, you put 3 minus 1, will give us what? Will give us 2. So we're going to put 2 here. That is, this now is equals to 72. For the seventh term, we're going to put it like this. 6 equals to 8 over 9. Understand? With this now, we can call this one equation 1. We call this one equation 2. Okay, so what we are going to do now, from this first equation, we are going to look for A. Say A is from here, the variable side by r square. This cancel this. A therefore is 72 over r square. Okay? Then we're going to substitute this. Call this equation 3. We substitute this in equation 2. In this place now, we put the value of this A here. That is, from here now, you agree with me, is 72 over r square. This r raised to power 6 equals to 8 over 9. Okay? This here one, this will give us r raised to power 4. That is 72 r raised to power 4 equals to 8 over 9. So now, we're going to say r raised to power 4 is equals to 8 over 9 times 72. You agree? Because divide both sides by 72, you will arrive here. 8 here 1, 8 here 9. It means we have 1 over 9 times 9, which is equals to 1 over 81. So now, r raised to power 4, you agree with me, this is 1 over 3 raised to power 4, because 81 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? It means therefore we're going to have r raised to power 4 equals to 3 raised to power minus 4. Okay? Divide both power by 4. So that this one will go, only r will remain. This becomes 3 raised to power minus 1. It means therefore r is equals to 1 over 3. We have in this place. This 1 over 3 is what we are going to use now to go back and solve for the question which says find the fifth term. You agree with me to find the fifth term from here. Fifth term is equals to AR. 5 minus 1 is 4. What is A? A, we don't still know A, we know R. So we can find A now from here. To get A from here now, A is equals to 72 over R square, which is equals to 2 over 1 over 3 square, which is 72 over 1 over 9, which is 72 times 9. That is 648 is actually the fourth term in this geometric progression. 648. Now, this is 48. We are going to substitute it here. 648. In place of r, we put 1 over 3 because we already know r. You can see in this place. 1 over 3. We substitute 1 over 3 here. Okay? Then we work this out. You agree with me? This alone is 3 raised to power 4, which is 81. So this is equals to, therefore, 648 multiplied by 1 over 81. This here 1, this here 8. So the fifth term here is 8. So the answer here is C. If you don't understand, play the video again. Just start from here, go back to this, and continue from here. That is, replay this part of it. You will understand it. If you don't even understand it at all, it means you have weak understanding of geometric progression. That is one of the purpose of this video. To see where you are lacking, you go back to the topic and study it again. Because the question that is going to be given to you might not be this. Might be a different question. Your excellence in AP and GP will make you solve it very fast without wasting time. Okay? Let's look at this. It says, in a group of 72 students, when you say something like this, after reading everything, you know that this set, this 72 student is a universal set. That is the number that is representing everything under consideration. So therefore, we're going to say this universal set is equals to 72. They are telling us that what? 47 students study physics. 47 study physics. The number of students that have studied physics is 47. Okay? Chemistry, number of students that have studied chemistry is 59. 42 both. For both physics and chemistry, we are given 42. How many students do not study any of the subject? Very easy. All you need to do, draw the Venn diagram to see this clearly. Because there are two, you do something like this to have intersect. Let's call this physics, call this one chemistry. The number that I studied both is 42. That is the first thing you put, 42. The first thing is you put the 42. After you put the 42 for both of them, now you go back to physics. Physics is 47. So if you look at this place now, this is physics. We have taken already 42 out of this total of physics, because all that is physics, everything you found is 47. We have put 42. What is remaining? Simply do 47 minus 42. And you agree with me, it's 5. You put the 5 here. For the chemistry, everything you should see here is 59. Now you have to put 59 minus this. And you agree with me, 59 minus this is 17. Now that you have done this, to get the numbers that are not studied, neither of them, you add everything together. That is 5 plus 42 plus 17. You agree with me? Here you're going to have 5 plus 59, which is 64. This 64, the total of everything, the union of P and C. Now you subtract this value from the universal set, 72 minus this, 72 minus 64. You agree with me? This will give us 8. So 8 is the number that is not included in this. Therefore, you check now, A is the answer. Numbers that are not study any of these courses. Okay? If you don't understand set, go and revise set again. Set is very simple. Okay? Let's look at this. It says an operation this is defined on the set of real numbers R. Real numbers are both rational and irrational numbers, okay? Such that if S and Y are elements of real numbers, then the operation between S and Y will produce S plus Y over 2. Now, all we have to do is to find this. Look at it. So what you're going to do now, you are going to assume that this is X, this is Y. That is the first leg. Because this is the operation between two items. It will give you the left and right addition over 2. Left and right addition over 2. Whatever that is left plus whatever that is right over 2. The same thing. Whatever that is right and left, we add them together over 2. Now, this whole value, we still put it together with another operation. It means whatever at the left and right, add them together over 2. So this is at the left. Add it to whatever that is at the right over 2. That's all. They work now. This is simple arithmetic. Let's add this one together. 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. That is 6. 3 plus 2 equals to 5 over 6. So I'm going to put 5 over 6 here. Then over 2 again. Then we put plus 1 over 2 here. You agree with me? If you solve this now, you're going to have this alone will produce 5 over 6 times 2, which is 12. But no problem. Let's just put it like this because this is class. Let us not just jump too many lines. This will produce 5 over 12 plus 1 over 1. This one that is producing this for us, this one is this. We put over 1 to find the SCM. 12, 5 plus 12 equals to 17 over 12. So this alone is from this all over these 2. This again will give us 17 over 12 times 2, which is 17 over 24. You can see the answer is what? B. Once you get here, this is just simple arithmetic. If you are doing JAMB, nobody should explain this to you. Okay? This is a bonus question. Now let's look at this. This is matrix. Given the matrix A equals to this, then A raised to power minus 1, which is what? The inverse of A, will not exist if S is equal to any of this. We need to find X. What will make the inverse of A not exist? What value of S will make this inverse not to exist? Inverse of a matrix is equal to the adjoint of the matrix. The adjoint of the matrix all over the determinant of the matrix. Get the adjoint, divide by the determinant. I want to ask you, what will make this not exist? This will not exist if it's all defined. What will make a number all defined or anything all defined? When you divide by 0, it becomes all defined. So therefore, if the denominator is equal to 0, this will not exist. I also said that we have to equate the determinant now to be equal to 0 to find that value that will make it not to exist. That is the value that will make this determinant to be equal to 0. The first thing we need to do, what is the determinant of A? After we get the determinant of A, we equate it to 0. Then we get the value of x. Now, if we come back to this place, put plus here, put minus here, put plus here. Then you take this first one, that is 2. Anything in the same line with 2 we go, anything on the same row we go. These are the remaining ones. That is 2, 1, 5, and 3. After that now, we go for the center one, that is minus x. Remember, this is just like a revision, okay? We have treated all this. Then everything here we go, everything here we go. Remaining 0, 1, 5, 3. After that, we go for the last one. That is this plus minus 3, which is minus 3. Everything here we go, everything here we go. This is the remaining one. That is 0, 2, 1, 1. 0, 2, 1, 1. This is what we are going to solve now. Then we equate it to 0 because we are looking for a value that will make this 0. Now, how do you solve this? This simply means 2. This multiplied by this is 6 minus this. That is minus 5. This is this. This multiplied by this is 0 minus 5. Minus 3 here. This is 0 minus 2. Equal to 0. If you have not watched my determinant videos, go and watch them. TikTok and here. We work on this now. That is 2, 1, s minus 5 here, 3 minus 2 here, equal to 0. This is 2 plus 5x. This time this is 2. This time this is plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. If you add these two now, you're going to have 8. We move 8 to the other side. That is 5s now is equals to minus 8. Divide both side by 5. S therefore is minus 8 over 5. Minus 8 over 5. This value, minus 8 over 5, is what S will be that will make this inverse of A not to exist. See? They want you to understand the meaning of what? Inverse of a matrix. Because if they ask you to solve inverse of a matrix in JAMB exam, it will take you a long time. So they are now trying to test your memory, if you understand, or your intelligence, if you understand the meaning of inverse of a matrix, which is the adjoint over the determinant of that matrix. Okay? So now that you know this, I don't see you failing it in your exam. Hope you understand the steps. If you don't understand this, it's because you don't understand determinant or you don't understand the inverse of a matrix. And if you don't, this is not the class to teach that. This is revision. Past question revision. Go to my videos, YouTube, and look for determinant and inverse of matrix. You can also check my TikTok channel. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, one of the parallel sides of a trapezium. You can draw a trapezium like this, something like this. Okay? Say like this. Like this. This is a trapezium. Remember, this is parallel to this. Let's call this one x. But this one is longer than this side by 6. It means if here is x, here is s, here is 6. If the area and the height are this and this respectively, so the height now is 9 cm. So this is the area. The area of a trapezium is 1/2. This side, the one of the sides, plus the other side, this plus this, now that is s plus 6. This side plus this side, that is this side, multiplied by the height, that is multiplied by 9. We know the area to be 180. That is 180, 1/2. This will give us 2x plus 6. We put 9 here. You agree with me? This will give us 360. This will give us 18x. That is, you multiply this, you get this. You also multiply this to have 54. Okay? I will move this to this side. 360 minus 54 equals to 18x. This will give us 306 equals to 18x. Divide both sides by 18. This 17. It means, therefore, this is 17. So the side we are looking for is 17 centimeter. That is the shorter parallel side. That is, this is the shorter one. This is shorter than this. That means this plus this now, 17 plus 6 will give you the longer one. So this is the answer. We are looking for the x, that is the smaller one. So you can see in this place. Hope you understand trapezium. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, what is the number of sides of a polygon whose sum of interior and exterior angles differ by 540? Whose sum of interior and exterior differ by this? What is the sum of interior angles of any polygon? The sum of interior angle of any polygon, let's say the sum of interior is equals to n minus 2 multiplied by 180. The sum of exterior is always 360 for any polygon. You add all the exterior angles, you have 360. But for interior, it depends on the number of sides. The question is saying the difference between the interior and the exterior is 540. It means interior minus exterior is equals to 540. Therefore, we can come here to substitute this here, that is 180 minus this 360 equals to 540. So we can say 180 n minus 2 equals to 540 plus 360 by moving this to the side. And you agree with me? If you solve this out now, you're going to have here to be 900. So now with the divide both sides by 180, this and this will cancel. N minus 2 is equals to this here will give us, this is 5. So n therefore is 5 plus 2, which is 7. So the number of sides of this particular polygon is 7. So this is the answer. Okay? Look at this question. It says, find the volume of a cone whose slight height is 70 centimeter and radius of base is 8 centimeter. Take pi to be 22/7. Okay, let's see. So let's say this is a cone. This is the base. Okay, this is the height. So now this is the slight height, slight. They are equal, 70 centimeter. The radius is given to us to be 8. The radius is given to us. But what is the volume of a cone? It is 1/3 pi r square height. As you can see, we need this height to continue, but we don't know the height. So what we do, we draw this out. This is 90 degrees. We need h. We have 8. We have 17. We're going to find h now, which is the square root of this minus this. Pythagoras theorem, which is equal to the square root of 289 minus 64 is equal to the square root of 224 If you use calculator now, you're going to have 40.967 centimeter. Can now substitute here. That is the volume now of the cone is equals to 1/3 times. We are asked to take pi as 22/7. 22/7 multiplied by the radius is given to us to be 8. So that is 8 square over 1 multiplied by the height, which we got here to be 14.967. Okay? We're going to use calculator to work this out. After this calculator, I have cm cube. Let's see if we have anything like that. That is B. So B is our answer. Okay? Hope you understand this. Straightforward. The only thing you need to do here, the only work here is just to first of all find height using Pythagoras theorem. Then you substitute in this formula, which you must remember, volume of a cone. Okay? Hope this understood. Thank you for viewing. Let's look at this. It says, if the volumes of two spheres are in the ratio of this, what is the ratio of their surface area? Okay? Now, two volumes. Volume of two spheres. Say this is a sphere, this another sphere. You find their ratio, you're going to have 64/27. Okay? Now, we're going to call this one the first one, we'll call this one the second one. So what we're going to do, what is the volume formula for sphere? It's 4/3 pi r raised to 3. This is the volume of a sphere. Okay? So what we're going to do now, we are going to call the first one R1, we call the second one R2. Why? Because the only difference between spheres is always what? The radius. Every other thing is the same. So therefore, we cannot say, because this is bigger than this, I will put the bigger one. Anyone could be the bigger one anyway. Just put them randomly. So I put this one first or we put this one first. It doesn't matter. So we're going to put this one at the top. You agree with me? If I divide this one straight here now, it's already equals to 64/27. And you agree with me? This we cancel this we cancel this. So what is remaining is this over this, all raised to 3 equals to 64/27. Because we are looking for the radius. Okay? And you agree with me for this is equals to this 64/27. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. That is, the cube root of 64 is 4 and the cube root of 27 is 3. So, this is where we stop here. Let's go back. Now, what is the ratio of their surface area? The next thing you need to ask yourself now is, what is the formula for surface area? It's 4 pi r square. That is for sphere. Okay, it means, again, for the two, we're going to put R1 over R2. These two will still cancel to have raised to power 2 for the surface area. The ratio of this and this, okay? As you can see, we can substitute this now because this is 4, this is 2. So therefore, we come here to say it's 4/3, then we put this 2. That is 16/9. That is to say, the ratio of 60 to 9. This is the final answer. Okay? 60 to 9. Okay? That is this. C is the answer. If you don't understand, replay this session. You are going to get it. All you need to remember is the formula for the volume of a sphere and also for the surface. Hope this understood. Thank you for viewing. Let's look at this. It says, if a solid metal cylinder, let's draw that. This is a cylinder. And it's a solid metal. That means there is no hollow on the inside. This is solid. Completely solid. Okay? They are telling us that what the radius of this is 7.5 centimeter and the height is 10 centimeter. Okay? This is melted to liquid. Put it in fire, melt it, let it turn to liquid metal. And it is recasted into a sphere. Now recast it into a sphere. This was moved to a sphere. A sphere. Let me just say this is a sphere, okay? Okay? What is the radius of this sphere? Radius of the sphere. What you should see here is, what is the similarity between these two? Is the volume. It is the volume that you got. That is, when you make this, whatever you have, the liquid you have, is the volume. You recasted the volume to this shape. The volume and the volume of this are still equal. So the next thing you ask yourself now, what is the volume of a cylinder? The volume of a cylinder is per r squared multiplied by height. Remember, we are told now that the volume of this was casted, so that means the volume of this cylinder is equal to the volume of a sphere, which is 4/3 per r raised to power 3. But we are not going to confuse ourselves now, because this is r for this. We cannot make this also r. So let's just change this r now to bigger r. Okay, so that we say this r for sphere, while this is for cylinder. All you can do now, this and this are the same. So this is equals to 4. The question says, would you find this r? We already know this r to be 7.4. That is 7.5, I mean. Raised to power 2 multiplied by height, which is 10, equals to r raised to power 3. I'm not putting this because I want to quickly move them to the left-hand side. That means multiply by 3/4. This is cool. But in exam environment, you will see that these are mixed, both fraction and decimal. So what I will do to make it easy for me here, I will turn this to fraction. That is to say, 3 times 7, 5 raised to power 2 times 10 all over 4 times 10 raised to power 2 equals to r raised to power 3. I don't know if you understand what I did here. This is 7.5 raised to power 2, which is equals to 75/10 You get it? I separated them. So with this now, you agree with me? This is now 5, that is 75. 3 times 75 raised to power 2 times 10/4 times 10 times 10. You know, in exam environment, you will not have time to do all this. Just jump steps. This and this will cancel. That is 3 times 75 times 75/40. Okay? Now to get r, find the cube root of this. With this now, I got a calculator so that I will not waste my time. So I have r as equals to the cube root 3. When I multiply this, I have 16,875 all over 40. So if I divide this now, you agree with me, this will be 8. Divided by 5, I will have 3,375. That is, this divided by 5 is 8. This divided by 5 is this, okay? 3,375, if you find the cube root, you're going to have 15, okay? So the cube root of this is 15. While this one 8, the cube root is 2. It means our r, therefore, is 15/2. We check if we can see 15/2 there, or we can simply say 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5, okay? So let's check our option. So there is no 7.5, but there is 15/2, as you can see in this place. 15/2 as one of the options. The only trick here is this place. Most JAMB questions, the trick is always one thing, one trick they put in every question. Just one trick. Just know that this and this are equal. That is, the volume of this and this volume are equal, because it is the volume you get where you recast. They are equal. Okay? All this understood. Thank you for viewing. Now, let's look at this. It says we should evaluate 10 factorial over 2 factorial, 7 factorial. This is very easy. All you need to do, you express this in factorial, which is to say 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial. Why did I stop in 7 factorial? Because I saw this 7 factorial is the highest factorial here. So look at what I'm going to do now. I will come and express this 2 factorial, then 7 factorial. I can still express this the way I express this, but for now, I saw 7 factorial can cancel. That was the reason why I stopped. You don't need to waste your time, okay? Now, I will do 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 8 over 2 factorial, which is 2 times 1. 2 here 1, 2 here is 4. This multiplied by this, you agree with me, it is 36. 36 multiplied by this is 360. So A is the answer. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, find the equation of a line that passes through the point this and whose gradient is this. Okay? So how do we solve this? That is to say, y minus y1 is equal to ms minus s1. What is that? It means this is the equation of a line that passes through this point s1 y1. This is what is gradient. That is to say, our s1 y1 is equal to, this is s1, this is y1. While our m is equal to 1 over 3. Okay? Then we substitute here. Y minus y1 is what? 2. Equals to m is 1 over 3. X minus 1. Okay? This is our x. This is our y. Okay? S1 and y1. Now we can multiply throughout by 3 to remove the denominator. This is 3y. This is 6 equals to s minus 1. Next, we move s to this side. We move 6 to this side. This is 5. Okay? As you can see, this D is the answer. Let's look at this question. It says, what is the value of n if n over 9 factorial plus 1 over 8 factorial is equals to 100 over 10 factorial? This should be expressed to the least factorial, because this is the least factorial among this factorial. Okay? Let me show you the reason why. Because this now n over 9 factorial can also be written as this. I stopped because I saw this 8 factorial. 8 factorial equals to 100 over 10 times 9 times 8 factorial. With this now, I can multiply throughout by 8 factorial. That is this multiplied by 8 factorial, this multiplied by 8 factorial, this multiplied by 8 factorial. So this we cancel, this we cancel, this we cancel. So I have n over 9 plus, this is 1, because 1 over 1 now is 1, equals to 100 over, multiply this 2, that is 90. Okay? So I can move this here now to have n over 9 is equals to 100, which I can also divide fast to have 10 over 9 minus 1. I'll move this to this side. If you solve this now, you're going to have 9 here, 10 minus 9 equals to 1 over 9. Okay? Which is n over 9 equals to 1 over 9. This and this will cancel. N therefore is equals to 1. So as you can see, D is the answer. Okay? D is our answer. Okay? Let's look at this. It says, find the variance of the test observations. That is 4.14, 4.2, and 4.3. The first thing you need to ask yourself, what is the formula of variance? The formula of variance is the summation of s minus the mean raised to power 2 over n. This is the formula for variance, okay? The variance we are looking for, this is the formula. Now, the first thing we need to do now is to work out the mean, because this is the mean. To get the mean, you have to add everything here. That is to say, the mean is 4.1 plus 4 plus 4.2 plus 4.3 all over. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Divided by 4. This will give us 4.15. Okay? I haven't done this. We need to start subtracting the mean from each of this data. Because this S, this S, this S, this X, we need to be removing the mean from each of them. So let's go for that. That is to say, this is our X. This our S now is 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, okay? Then we come here to say, we need to remove the mean. That's to say 4.1 minus 4.15, 4 minus 4.15, 4.2 minus 4.15, 4.3 minus 4.15, okay? If you work this out now, you're going to have here minus 0.05. Here we give us minus 0.15. This will give us 0.05. Why this will give us 1.04. So what we are going to do straight away, because this is not what we are looking for. We are not looking for this actually. What we are looking for is the square of this. So we are going to square each of them. Remember, you don't need to write all this out. For the purpose of this class, I choose to show you the workings, okay? Now we're going to square this. If you square this now, you're going to have 0.025. So if you square this, you have this, square this, you have this, square this, you have this, square this, you have this. Now let's add everything together. This is approximately 1.11, okay? So what we have done now is, we first of all remove this mean from each of the X, each of this X, okay? Once you have done that, as you can see here, this one means summation, okay? So this you are seeing here now, this particular one is the summation of everything. That is S minus the mean square. That's what you sum together to have 1.11. So now that we have everything at the numerator, say variance is equals to 1.11 all over n. And how many of them again? 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. Let's divide this. This will give us 0.28. This is the final answer, 0.28. And you agree with me, if you check very well, 0.28 is B. Okay? Hope you understand statistics. This is basic statistics. Okay? Let's look at this question on limit. If you see this question and you go ahead and substitute 3, because that's what some students will do. They will go ahead and simply do 3 raised to the power 2 minus 9 all over 3 minus 3. Already, this is what? 0. Anything divided by 0 is undefined, which in mathematics some people call infinity. As you can see, they are already giving us infinity as A, so that immediately you see infinity, you mark it, then you fail it. One day I was teaching some students in TikTok. This method I'm going to use now, one of the comments I saw was, what are you doing? Just substitute direct. That is a big mistake. For me, all the time, I must work this out. This is S raised to the power 2 minus 9 over S minus 3. This is simply equals to S minus 3, S plus 3 all over S minus 3. Remember, this is like A square, B square, which is A minus B, A plus B. Okay? The same approach. This is simply what? 3 raised to the power 2. So that's what I'm doing here now. S minus 3, S plus 3. So this and this will cancel, remaining S plus 3. Now you can substitute when you get here to have 3 plus 3, which is 6. So it means our answer is D. Okay? Let's solve this. It says, if this is less than or equals to 3, then what is X? The range of value for X. Remember, when you see this absolute, it means we are not considering the sign. But if you are asked to move it from absolute to normal values, it means that you have to start asking yourself, was it actually plus before this absolute was applied, or was it minus? Because we don't know, we have to what? Consider both sides. So therefore, we start with this to say, one of the possibility of this is 7x minus 4 less than or equals to 3. Then we say 7s is 3 plus 4. 7s is 7. S therefore is less than or equals to 1. Now that we have this, we consider the next option, which is this minus this is less than or equals to 3. As you can see, I consider with plus, now I'm considering with minus because of this absolute value I want to remove. So therefore, I will come here to say minus 7x plus 4 less than this. This is minus 7x. Let's continue minus 7x. This is minus 1. What we're going to do now to make s to stand alone, we divide both side by minus 7. In inequality, once you are dividing with minus, that's minus any value, you flip the sign. So if I say now minus 7x divided by minus 7, minus 1 over minus 7, because I'm dividing with a negative value, I'm going to flip this. This and this will cancel, this and this will cancel. It means therefore s is greater than or equals to 1. So now we have these values. Now let's come back. I put s at the center. As you can see, this one now, this tail is like this towards s. Put 1 here. Why this is facing x? This side facing s, you put 1 here. Sorry, this is 1 over 7, please. This one is 1 over 7. Did not finish it. 1 over 7. Okay? So this is 1 over 7. So you can see here, the answer here is what? The answer is C. Okay? Hope this is understood. Thank you for viewing. Okay? Let's see this. A committee of 5 to be selected from a group of 8 men and 10 women. In how many ways can this be done if the committee must consist of 2 men and 3 women? Very easy. If you have been following my lectures, I've treated many things like this in my TikTok and YouTube channel. So you can see in this place, that is to say, from this 8, we want to pick 2, and is times in mathematics, and or is plus. Okay? Because we have and here. From these 10 women, we want to get 3 of them. That is all. 8 combination 2, 10 combination 3. Now we can solve this. This means 8 factorial over 8 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Multiply by 10 factorial over 10 minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial. Which means 8 factorial over 6 factorial, 2 factorial. Multiply by 10 factorial over 7 factorial, 3 factorial. Okay? From here now, I can do something. I can see 8 factorial here, I see 7 factorial here. I'm going to expand this until I get to 7 factorial. So with this now, I can easily divide this, okay? That is, if I put this 7 factorial here now, I can easily say this cancel this. That is the reason why I'm stopping here. For this one now, I'm seeing this 10 factorial. So I will put this here. I will expand this until I get to 6 factorial. So I will stop here because I saw 6 here, so that this 6 and 6 will cancel. Okay, so with this now, what we need to do is to write out what is remaining. That is 8 times this 10 times this 9 times the 8 again, 7 over 2 factorial, 3 factorial. 2 factorial means 2 times 1, which is 2. This means 3 times 2 times 1, which is 3 times 2. Now, I'm going to say 2 here 1, 2 here 4. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. Okay? 3 here 1, 3 here, 3. Now let's write out what is remaining. 2 times 10 times 3 times 8 times 7. Okay. After you solve this, you're going to have 3,360 committees. Okay. That is what you will get. So let's see. Yes, the option is B. The only thing here is to know that what? When you are selecting, you put the bigger value, that is the total you are selecting from. How many are you selecting from? 8, 2. How many are you selecting from? 10, 3. This is a combination question because we are looking at forming a committee. The way you form it doesn't matter. It's not arrangement. Okay? It's not like after a guy we have a girl, or we have mango, then the next one should be an apple. No, that is permutation. But for combination, it's just selection, not arrangement. For combination, it's just selection, not what? Arrangement. Arrangement is for what? It's for permutation. Why? Selection is for what? Combination. Okay? Let's look at this. It says simplify this. We need to simplify this. Okay? We need to simplify this. Now, the first thing you need to do is to assign the value of each of these. For instance, this cost 60 means 1 over 2. Remember the diagram? If you have not watched my trigonometry lessons, I implore you to go and do that. Adjacent over hypotenuse, 1 over 2. This one, the same thing, opposite over hypotenuse, 1 over 2. This. It's also 1 over 2. This is what? Square root of 2 over 2. The same thing with this. Square root of 2 over 2. So once you understand the meaning of this, just to substitute. If you have not watched my trigonometry videos, go and watch all of them. You will see all this explained. So what we're going to do now, put 1 over 2 here. That is plus 1 over 2 all over. Here is 1 plus square root of 2 over 2. 1 minus square root of 2 over 2. The numerator is just 1. JAMB is where you start applying the shortcut. Everything you know in mathematics. You agree with me? In quadratic equation, I taught you something like this. Okay? I said this is equals to A plus B, A minus B. That's what you are seeing here now. So you can see this is A, this is B. Minus, plus, plus, minus. So that is what we're going to do now. Now we are going to return it back to what it is. This simply means 1 square minus square root of 2 over 2 square. So you agree with me, this is 1. The square of square root of 2 is 2. This is 4. This is half. See? Just shortcut. They expect you to use shortcut. If you remove half from 1, is half. If you flip this, you have 2. 2 is the answer. Okay? So you can see here, this is the answer. Learn to use shortcut, especially in a situation like this. Because if you want to work this out, the time you used to expand this, work it out, you have burned a lot of time. Okay? Remember, practice makes perfect. Now, let's look at this question. It says we should integrate this. You need shortcut or be very fast. Here, as you can see in this place, what is the differentiation of this? This is the y over the s of this is 2x. That is, 2 comes down, remove 1 from 2. This is differentiation of a constant, which is 0. What do we do next? You should not think fast. What is the relationship between a function and its derivative? You will agree with me that this, if you have studied enough, the derivative of a function over the function itself, dx, is equal to ln the function. So you can see, what I'm just introducing here now is this. Then I pick this. Where you have the differentiation of this denominator at the top, that is the derivative of the denominator, you have it at the numerator, this is what it means. That is in the function. Therefore, what you're going to do now is, if you look at this very well, because when we differentiate this, we have 2x, I want to put 2 at the numerator. So for this now, which is x over s raised to the power 2 plus 1 ds, I want to introduce 2. What am I doing? It's like now, I want to force this to resemble this so that I know if I differentiate this, I'm going to have this, right? Okay? To get this equation or this principle. Because I introduce this here, I will put here over 2. So this and this will cancel. Okay? So finally, we will be able to achieve this in this format. So therefore, this is equals to, this 1 over 2 will just be here. Then this guy is what we are going to put in this form. Okay? So therefore, this is ln f of x. That is this. So plus c. I don't know if you understand me. 1 over 2 ln s squared plus 1 plus c. From here, you can't cram this. You must understand integration. Okay? So A is the answer. Let's look at this. It says, obtain the minimum value of the function this. Okay? We need to do that. Obtaining the minimum value of this function. So the first thing we need to do is to get what? The turning points. 2 values that represent the turning point. That is to say, you have to say the y over the x is equals to 6s raised to the power 2 minus 6x minus 36. I am differentiating this. 2 multiplied by this is 6. Remove 1 from here, you have 2. 2 multiplied by this is 6. Remove 1 from here, you have 1. Then this 1 is here, multiplied by this is 36. The other one is 0. Then you equate this to 0. That is s raised to the power 2 minus 6s 36 equals to 0. Here you will get the turning point. Since it's common, let's divide throughout by 6. So this divided by 6, this divided by 6, this divided by 6 over 6. You agree with me, we're going to have s squared minus x minus 6 equal to 0. So you factorize this without wasting our time. You agree with me, you're going to have s plus 2 equal to 0. The s equals to 3 or s equals to minus 2. So these are the 2 turning points for this function. If you look at the graph, if you plot it, these are the 2 turning points. The next thing we need to ask ourselves, we need to check which of them represent the minimum as per the turning point. If we differentiate this, that is, we find the second derivative of this, okay, and we substitute any of these values. If what we get is greater than 0, we say what? That is what? The minimum. How do I mean? If I come here now, I will do second derivative of this. This will give us 6 multiplied by 2, that is 12x. This will give us minus 6. We want to see if this over this is greater than 0. Okay? If it is greater than 0, it means that what? That is the minimum. So what we need to do now, we need to substitute 3 first. So that is to say this 12s minus 6, we substitute 3. This is what? This is 36 minus 6 equals to 30. It means that what? It is greater than 0. Because this is greater than 0, it means therefore this is the minimum. That is, this value 3 is the minimum. You can also try 2. You can come back here now and try 2. That is to say 12 minus 2 minus 6. That is the second value, minus 2. Remember, this is equal to minus 2, okay? If we try this now, this will give us minus 24 minus 6. This is minus 30. This is less than 0. it means this is not the minimum, it's maximum. Therefore, we are going to stick by 3 as the minimum. Now that we know that 3 is the minimum, we are going to take this 3 and go back to the original function and substitute the 3. Remember what we did. The first step you are seeing here now is just to know the turning point. These are the turning points, but we don't know the one that is minimal, the one that is maximum. To know the one that is minimal, you further differentiate, find the second derivative of this, which is this. Then, if you substitute any of this value, any one that is greater than 0 is the one that is what? Representing the minimum. After we have done that, we find out what it was these 3 that represent the minimum. So this one will now give us the confidence to carry this 3 and come back to this place and substitute it here. That is to say, 2, 3, 3 minus 3, 3, 2 minus 36, 3 plus 6. So you agree with me that this 27 multiplied by this, that is what? 54. This is 9 multiplied by this, that is what? 27. This is 108 plus 6. When you add all this together now, you are going to get minus 75. Can try it. Use your calculator. So the answer is this. Okay? That is the final answer. Let's look at this question. It says, by selling an article for this amount, a shopkeeper gains 40%. If the profit is reduced to 8%, then the selling price will be what? This one is simply the percentage of profit is equal to the selling price minus the cost price over cost price multiplied by 100%. Okay? So you can see we have 40 here. This is 14%. Equals to the selling price is 2,850 minus CP, which you are looking for now. Okay? Then this is 100%. You agree with me? Percent, we cancel percent. 100 here, 100 here, you're going to have 0.14. We cross multiply to have CP multiplied by 0.14 equals to 2850 minus CP. So the next thing we need to do now, we're going to move CP here. So CP times 0.14 plus CP equals to 2850. Okay? The CP comes out to have 0.14 plus 1 equals to 2850. We divide both sides by 0.14 plus 1, 0.14 plus 1. Okay? So this we cancel it to have CP as equals to 2850 all over 0.14 plus 1. Now, this is equals to 2850, 1.14. If you divide this, you're going to have 2,500. So that's our cost price, 2,500. After this now, we need to get the new selling price when this is reduced to 8%. That means we're going to see you the same formula. That is, percentage profit is equals to this SP minus CP over CP 100%. Okay? Now, this is reduced to 8%. This is now 8%. The new selling price is what we are looking for. We know this one to be 2,500. 2,500. 100%. So this percent we cancel percent. 100 here 1, 100 here 0.08. So 0.08 we have here multiplied by this 2,500 is equals to SP minus 2,500. Okay? So we move this 2,500 to this other side. That is to say 0.08 multiplied by 2,500. Okay, plus 2,500 equals to SP. Okay, we're going to work this out now. So if you work this out now with your calculator, you agree with me, you're going to have 2,700. So this is the answer. Okay, you need to know this simple mathematics. Okay, before you attempt your JAMB. This is the answer. Okay, to evaluate this, what we need to do, we first of all write this down. That is to say, we write 4610 to the base of 8. Then this is 2675 to the base of 8. Now, because it's to the base of 8, this is 0. 0 minus 5 cannot. We carry 1 from here. Normally, if you carry 1, you agree with me, you are carrying 10. But now, because it's base 8, we are carrying 8. So we say this 0 plus the 8 that is coming, you agree with me, that is 8. The 8 minus this 5, minus 5, you agree with me, that is 3. We put the 3 here. When you remove 1 from here, what was remaining? 0. 0 was remaining. This 0 that is remaining minus this 7 cannot. We take 1 from here, we add to this, that is, we take 1 from here, we add to this. The one you are taking from here, coming to this place now, is now 8, which is 8. The 8 minus this 7, you agree with me, is 1. Okay? So we're going to put 1 here. What is now remaining when you remove 1? Remains 5. 5 is remaining. 5 minus 6 cannot. You take 1 from here, I take it here. As you are bringing the 1 here, it becomes 8. This will give us 13. Minus this 6. You agree with me, 13 minus 6 will give us 7. It means here now is 7. What is remaining here now is 3. The 3 that is remaining minus 2, you agree with me, is 1. So this is the answer to the base of 8. So let's check if we have it. That is A. A is the answer of number 1. Okay? Let's also look at this. This one says find the value of this. This is indices. How do you tackle it? Look at it. This is 6. 6 means 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is the same thing with 6. You put the power 1 over 3. What is the meaning of this? This simply means 3 times 4. We don't want this 4 because 4 is still 2 raised to the power 2. So we replace the 4 with 2 raised to the power 2. Then we put whatever that was outside before. All over. What is 81? 81 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That is 3 in 4 places. 3 in 4 places. Raised to the power 1 over 6. Okay? Now, because of this you have done, 2 can take 1 over 3. 3 can take 1 over 3. This 3 2 can take 1 over 3 here. Then this 2 raised to the power 2 can also take 1 over 3. All over. This 3, this one can go like this. That is 4 inside multiplied by 1 over 6 on the outside. Now, what we can do here is to rearrange this. This one is 2, 1 over 3. We also take this guy. You agree with me? This one in the power is 2 times 1, which is 2 over 3. That is, we bring these 2 together now to have 2 over 3 for this one. Multiply by this 3, 1 over 3. This 3, 1 over 3. All over. 2 here is 2. 2 here is 3. That is 2 over 3. 3 is 2 over 3. Okay? Now, if we continue, this one, they have the same base. The law of indices says, if they have the same base, take one of them. Then you add this one together. If we add this one, that is 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3. This is 3, 1 plus 2, which is 3 over 3. You agree with me, you are going to get 1. So it means if we add this and this together, according to the law of indices, is take the base, take one of them, and add their power. When you add this and this, you're going to have 1. We put it here. This one, if you add this and this, you're going to have 2 over 3. That is 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3. Okay? All over. Then this one is 3, 2 over 3. Now this and this will cancel. This is what is remaining, which is also 2. It means the answer for this is 2. Okay? The answer for this is 2. Okay? Let's continue. Now let's look at this question. We are asked to evaluate this. Very simple. Come here now to say log this 2 over 3, because this is 2 raised to the power 2. This is 3 raised to the power 2. I can take this 2 and 3, then I put 2 on the outside. So now, if you come here now, 2 raised to the power 2 is 4, 3 raised to the power 2 is still 4. What is the meaning of this? This means raised to the power minus 1. Okay? Raised to the power minus 1. I have done indices in both my TikTok and YouTube channel. So if you have not watched my indices videos, go and watch them. Also logarithm. We explain this. Okay? So now I will move this 2 here. I move this minus 1 here. Okay? So this is 1, this is 1. It means therefore 2 times 1 minus 1 times 1. So this is 2 minus 1 equals to 1. You understand? These 2, this produces 1. This also produces 1. This is minus 1. Minus 1 multiplied by this is minus 1. This is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer is 1. That is C. C is the answer. Let's look at this one. It says we should express this in this form. Okay? How do you do that? Number 1, this simply means what? The square root of 1 over the square root of 125 plus the square root of 1 over the square root of 5. What is the square root of 1? It's also 1. What is 125? It means 25 times 5. This is solved. This is also 1. We can't do anything for this. Now this you can separate. You agree with me that this times this is also this. What is this? This is 5 times the square root of 5. That is 5 square root of 5. Okay, so what am I saying now is, this is simply 5 square root of 5. That's 5 square root of 5. This 25 is producing this 5, while this is square root of 5. Then plus 1 over square root of 5. Now you can find the LCM of these two. The LCM of this and this is 5 square root of 5. Okay? So this divided by this is 1, multiplied by this is 1 plus. This divided by this is 5, multiplied by this is 5. It means 6 over 5 square root of 5. You agree with me that it's abomination to leave your sword having a denominator of square root. So what we need to do, we have to rationalize the denominator by multiply the numerator and denominator by this square root of 5. This and this will give us 6 square root of 5. While this and this will give us 5 times 5. How do we get 5 times 5? This is square root of 5, this is square root of 5. If you multiply them, you have the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is 5. That's how we got this 5. This is 5 that was there before. It means therefore now we have 6 square root of 5 over 25, which you can write as 6 over 25 square root of 5. So this is the answer according to what we are asked to do in this form. See? A number without square root with 1 with square root. So our answers you can see, a number without square root, 1 with square root. 6 over 25 square root of 5. So this is the answer. 6 over 25 square root of 5. Let's look at this question. It says, solve for S in this. To solve this very fast, look at what I will do. This is 27. I will simply do 3 raised to the power 3. That is 27. Then I put what is there before. This, we can't do anything. It's 3, 8s plus 3. So, with this now, I will multiply this to have 3s raised to the power 2 equals to 3, 8x plus 3. This and this we go. This is equals to this. That is 3s raised to the power 2 equal to 8s plus 3. Do you understand? This 27 means 3 raised to the power 3. 3 raised to the power 3. This is still this. This is still this. Then I multiply this by this to have this. This is still this. This is still this. Then because this and this are the same, can cancel them to equate this and this, which I've just done. Okay? Now that I've done that, I will move everything to this side to form a quadratic equation, because that's what I'm seeing now. Now what do? We multiply this to have minus 9. What are the two values? If you multiply them together, you have minus 9. But if you add them, you have minus 8. That is minus 9 multiplied by plus 1. This and this will produce minus 9. But if you add them, you have minus 8. Quadratic equation. Okay? So now we have 3x raised to the power 2 minus 9x plus x minus 3 equals to 0. Then we solve the 3x s3 equals to 0. So this is plus 1, 3x plus 1, s minus 3 equals to 0. So 3s plus 1 equals to 0, or s equals to 3. This is s equals to minus 1 over 3, or s equals to 3. This is quadratic equation. Very simple. Okay? I've done quadratic equation in my channels. If you have not watched my quadratic equation, go and watch them. So this is actually the answer. There was a typo error here. This is 3, okay? This is 3. There was a typo error. It's minus 1 over 3 and 3, okay? So this is actually the answer, okay? Remember, in exam, you will not see any typo error. But because the person that assisted me to type this made this mistake, that is why you saw 1 here before, okay? This is the answer. Follow this step. You won't miss it, okay? Let's look at it. It says solve the equation. This equation is what? Log s to the base of 2 log 4 to the base of s equals to 3. Now, as you can see, there's like number, then we have this variable. Variable number. I don't like it like that. I want it to be uniform. Okay? Uniform. How do we make it uniform? Let's say we want to make this one, all of them to have base x. If you want to make this base s, you simply do 1 over log s2. Changing the base. So you can see we swap it now. We are swapping the position. S is taking the place of 2. 2 is taking the place of s. Because of that action, you have to introduce 1 over. We put this equals to 3. Okay? Now that we have this, you will agree with me that 4 is 2 raised to the power 2. So I can remove this to say 2 raised to the power 2. Okay? So I can also remove this 2 and put it at the back here. I don't want to write it like this straight. The reason why I was breaking it down is for you to know how I got here. Now all we need to do now, because this and this, they are similar, we say let p be equals to log to the base of s2. Then I will replace this, say 1 over this becomes p. 2, this is also p. So I put p here equals to this 3. So now I will multiply throughout by p to remove this denominator. This multiplied by p, p will cancel p, okay? To have 1. This is 2p squared equals to 3p. We move this to this side to have 1 plus 2p squared minus 3p equals to 0. You rearrange to have 2p squared minus 3p plus 1 equals to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation. We multiply this to have 2. Okay? What do we do to have 2? And if we add them, we have minus 3. That is minus 2 multiplied by minus 1. So we come here now to say minus 2 multiplied by minus 1. Minus 2p multiplied by minus 1p. Or we just put the p. Quadratic equation. Okay? If you are writing JAMB, we should explain this to you. Okay? So now, what are the similar items? I believe you know how I got this. Simple quadratic equation. Okay? I've taught quadratic equation in my both channel. If you have not watched them, go and watch. Now, what is actually p? P is log base of s2 equals to 1 over 2 for this first one. Let me zoom in for this first one. Or the same t log base of s2 equals to 1. Now, we move it from logarithm format to indices format. By doing that, this one will go here to carry these guys. That is to say, 2 will come down equals to s carry this 1 over 2. Or this will come here, 2 will come down, 2, s go and carry 1. Then you agree with me that this one is raised to power 1. I will multiply this by 2. I will also multiply this side by 2. This becomes 2 raised to power 2 equals to s. This and this will cancel. Only s remain, which is 4. It means therefore S here is 4. Or this is simply 1. So S here is 2. That is, this is equals to this. It means therefore S is either 4 or 2. Okay? S is either 4 or 2. 2 or 4. 2 or 4. That is B. Okay? Hope you understand this. I taught this method too. I taught this. Moving from indices to logarithm format, from logarithm to indices format. I taught all this. Okay? You have to attend those classes or watch those videos. Remender's theorem. What is that? It means if you divide this by this, what will be the remainder? How do you solve that? The question says, find the remainder when the polynomial, this is polynomial, if divided by this, what is the remainder? All you have to do, you equate this to 0. You find x. S here is 1 over 2. Remember, we are in JAMB class now, or in JAMB all. So let's be fast. What I did, you move this to this side, you divide both sides by 2. That shouldn't be a problem. S is 1 over 2. You substitute it here. That is 4, 1 over 2, 6, 1 over 2. It means whenever you see x in this place, you put its value from here. This is straightforward. This is 4 times 1 over 8 minus 3 plus 5. Am I too fast? This divided by this is 3. This is 2 raised to the power 3, which is 8. 1 raised to the power 3 is 1. It means therefore we have here 1 over 2. This will produce what? Plus 2. So actually here, from here you can just jump here straight. From here alone, you should jump here in JAMB environment. Because this is simple. All you have to do now again, this should jump from here to get your answer. 2 over 1 over 2. This plus this. If you still want to solve it, you can solve over 1, 2, 1 plus 4 equals to 5 over 2, 2 over 1 over 2. You should be fast, okay? Hope this understood. Thank you for viewing. Look at this question. Find the range of values of y of which this is less than this. First of all, work on this side. If you work on this left hand side, you agree with me, you need to find the LCM of 2 and 5, which is 10. Another you can do instead of wasting your time, since you know that the LCM is 10, multiply throughout by 10. So you multiply here by 10, that is to say, 2 plus 5y over 2 multiplied by 10 minus 4 plus 3y over 5 multiplied by 10 less than or equals to, you also multiply here too, this one by 10. Okay? This will give us 5. That is 5, 2 plus 5y. This will give us 2. That is 2, 4 plus 3y. This will give us 10y plus 20. Okay? This is 10 plus 25y minus 8 minus 6y. Okay? Now this and this will produce 2. This and this will produce 19. Okay? This will come here to have 19y minus 10y. This will come here to have 20 minus 2. This will produce 9y. Why this will produce 18. Divide both sides by 9. This cancel this. Y is less than 2. So any value that is less than 2, these are the range. 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, to infinity. These are the range of value for y. And if you check here now, C is the answer. Look at this question. Read it. Solve before you continue. This is simple interest question. It says, the simple interest on the sum of money invested at 3% per annum for 4 years is 50,000 naira. Find the principal. Remember, interest is principal times rate times time over 100. We already know interest to be 50, according to the question. It says you find the principal. The rate was given to us at this 3% annually. The time is this, 4 years over 100. All we need to do now is to solve for P. If I am in JAMB exam, if I'm writing JAMB exam, all I need to do, I will say P is equals to 50,000 multiplied by 100 all over 3 times 4. But because we're in class, just over 1, we cross multiply. This multiplied by is this times 3 times 4, which is 50,000 multiplied by 100. Okay? I will divide both sides by 3 times 4. This and this will cancel. We have 4 here 1, 4 here, we have 25. 25 times this will give us 125 over 3. If you divide this one now, you're going to have 416,666.67. Okay? If you check very well now, you discover that this is the answer. D. Hope you understand simple interest. Principal times rate times time all over 100. Then you work out the particular variable you are asked to solve. Okay? Let's look at this. We are asked to simplify this question. Now, first of all, let's work on the numerator. This multiplied by this will give us 10 plus this is 11. That is 11 over 5. Then this is 7. That is 9 minus 9 over 7. We find the LCM of this is 35. This divided by this is 7 multiplied by this 77 minus this divided by this is 5 multiplied by this is 45. We subtract this now. You agree with me? You're going to have 32 over 35. Okay? This is for the numerator. Let's work on this part. Okay? This part. If we work on this now, that is 6 minus 1 over 6. So here we give us 35 over 6. So if we introduce that 1 over, that is 1 over 35 over 6. You agree with me? You're going to have finally 6 over 35. So this now is for everything here. We're going to introduce this 2. So we're going to say 2 minus 6 over 35. We find the LCM again. That is 35. Multiply by this, you're going to have 70 minus 6. That is 64 over 35. This now represents the entire denominator, okay? So we have this to represent the numerator, that is 32 over 35, while we have this to represent the denominator. Okay? You can write this as 32 over 35 divided by 64 over 35. You agree with me? If you turn this to multiplication, you will flip this to 35 over 64. This and this will cancel. And you agree with me? This here 1, this here is 2. At the end of the day, this will give us 1 over 2. So this is the answer, okay? Let's check if there is anything like 1 over 2. So you can see here, this is 1 over 2. This is simple. This is a bonus question for you. Primary school question. Let's look at this question. It says, find the value of COB if O is the center of the cycle. Very easy. All you need to do is simply you join this to this place. Because this is already indicated at the center, it means this is a radius and this is a radius. And you agree with me that all radii are equal. This means that this is what? An isosceles triangle, whereby the bases are equal. Here is 20. Here too is also isosceles. This is also 20. Okay? It means here, therefore, is 40 degrees. Angle on a circumference like this is equal to 2 times what is here. If this is 40, it means this is 80 degrees. Unfortunately, there is no 80 here. Okay? No 80. I learned that there are some questions without answer in JAMB. You leave it like that. But I wish here was 10, for instance. Say here was 10. Definitely, this place too will also be 10. It means therefore here will be what? 30. 30 multiplied by 2 is 60. Okay? Unless the question is wrong. But I will leave it the way I saw it. No answer. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, the letters of the word university are cut and put in a box. One letter is drawn at random from the box. Find the probability of drawing a vowel. First of all, we need to select the vowel here. You agree with me that this is a vowel, this is a vowel, this is a vowel, this is a vowel. How many vowel? 4 vowel letters, okay? So the other ones are not vowel. How many altogether? If these are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So therefore, we're going to say the number of vowels, that is the probability of vowels, equals to the number of vowels all over total numbers, okay? So therefore, we put 4 over 10, which is 2 over 5. This is the answer. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, in a class of 60 pupils, the statistical distribution of the numbers of pupils offering biology, history, French, geography, and additional mathematics is as shown in the pie chart. Okay? How many pupils offer additional mathematics? All we have to do here is, you agree with me that the sum of angles at a point is what? Is 360 degrees. So we're going to add all of them together. This is an angle, 2x minus 24 degree plus this s degree plus this s plus 12 degree plus this 2x plus 12 degree plus this 3x minus 18 degree, all equals to 360 degree. Okay? So all we need to do now, we're going to expand this. We're going to expand this. To expand this now, have 2x minus 24 plus s plus x plus 12 plus 2x plus 12 plus 3x minus 18 equals to 360. Okay, now we add this, have 3x, 4x, 6s, 9x. This and this will produce minus 12. This will produce 0. Minus 18 equals to 360. This is now 9x equals to 360 plus 18. If we add this together, you agree with me, we're going to have 378. With the variable side by 9, s therefore is 42 degree. But the question asks us something. It said what? How many students offer additional mathematics? Now we have to come back to this additional mathematics position. It means therefore we have to use this to multiply the total student all over 360. That is, as you can see, this is part of the 360. That is, this additional mathematics, which is 2x minus 24, is all over 360 because it's part of the 360. Multiply by this 60, which is everything, to get those that are offering additional mathematics. So what we're going to do now, in place of this s, as you can see in this place, we have 42. We're going to substitute 42 here in place of s. That's equals to 2 times 42 minus 24 all over 360 multiplied by 60. Okay? This one will give us 84 minus 24 all over 360 multiplied by 60. Let me put it here. You agree with me? 84 minus 24 will give us 60. It means 60 over 360 multiplied by 60. Okay? This will produce 3600 all over 360. This and this will produce what? 10. It means the number of students offering further mathematics at 10. Okay? First of all, you use this one to calculate the value of x. So that if you say this divided by 360 multiplied by the total student, you will be able to know what is x. Okay? If we already know s, or this was just a single value, there was no need for all these ones. Because we didn't know x, that was the reason why we find s first before we went for the make calculation. Okay? Let's look at this. It says in the figure, the area of the shaded portion, that is the area of the shaded segment, is what? This is the shaded segment. You will agree with me that this is a sector. Okay? To get this area, we have to say the total area of the sector minus this triangle, this other triangle, to get the remaining one. That is, the whole sector, we remove this triangle to get this remaining one. Okay? That's what we are going to do. That is to say, that is area of shaded portion is equals to area of the sector minus area of the triangle. Okay? Which is equal to, what is the area of the sector? The area of the sector is theta over 360 multiplied by pi r square. That is for only sector. Okay? This is for only sector. You know all this, okay? Then the area of a triangle is 1 over 2 AB sine C. What is that? That is to say, half of AB, the sine of angle between them. Okay? Now, therefore, we can go ahead and do this. This is 120. Can also put it here anyway. You can put this one as theta. That's 120 all over 360 multiplied by pi multiplied by r is 3. That is the radius. 3 square minus 1 over 2 multiplied by a. A is also the radius 3, and b is also the radius, which is 3. Because this is the general formula for triangle. That is area of a triangle. That's sine 120. Okay? So you will agree with me, if we come here, this and this will cancel. 2 here is 6. Step by step. 2 here is 18. 6 here is 1. 6 here is 3. 3 here is 1. 3 here we remove 1. 3. Only 1 will remain. This and this is what? 3 pi minus. So you agree with me that this will give us, that is 9 over 2 multiplied by sine 120, which is the square root of 3 over 2. Insert. You check insert. Why am I doing that? Because all these answers, they are all insert. Okay? So you can use the answers or the options to know how to move. Okay? Now we can say this is what? 3 pi 9 square root of 3 over 4. What is common here now is 3. Pi will come out, 3 will remain here, square root of 3 over 4. This is the answer because I already scanned through these options. I saw the way they left their answers. So you can see, this is definitely the answer. That is C. C is the answer. Okay? So let's work on this. First of all, let's move this from this form. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 3, 2, 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 4 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 64 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 5 all over. This is 1, 2. 48 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 2. 1, 2, 3. That is 12 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 3. This is the first step you need to take. Okay? The first step. As you can see here, this and this, they have the same base. So we can bring these guys together. And these guys with the same base, we had this and this together. That is minus 9. All over. The same thing with this 48 multiplied by 12. This and this, they have the same base. We had them to have minus 5. Okay? So now, if you work this out now, use your calculator, you're going to have 36. If you work this out now, you agree with me, this is division with the same base. It means minus 9 minus 5. Okay? which will produce 36, 10, this is minus 9 plus 5. 36, this is minus 4. Okay? But the problem is that among these options, there's nothing like this. So let's see. This would have said is the answer, but this is 3.4. So let's go back to this place. So therefore, if I put dot here, I have to reduce this one by 1. Okay, you should know this basic mathematics. By introducing dot here, it means this you reduce by 1. Okay, let me just explain it to you. It means 36, this, no, by default is over 1. Over 1 is not changing anything. Multiply the numerator by 10. Also multiply the denominator by 10. Okay? So the 10 you are using to multiply this, remember, it means 10 raised to power 1. It means now, this 36 times this 10 minus 4 plus 1. That is the meaning. Why you multiply this and this? Because if I multiply the denominator by 10 and the numerator by 10, these two will still cancel. It's not changing anything. I just want to force it to this format or these options, okay? So now, I have not touched the denominator. This is 10. So this, you agree with me, is 36 times 10 raised to power minus 3. And this is still over 10. Now, can I use this one to divide this, which is 3.6? This is still remaining 10 raised to power minus 3. So that's why I said, once you put dot here, you reduce this one by 1. So this is actually the answer, okay? C is the answer, okay? Remember, this is like revision. That's why I'm not explaining too much. I believe you must have watched a lot of indices questions, or you have solved a lot of indices questions, okay? Let's look at this. We are asked to convert this in base 5 to base 8. What do we do? Remember, to write this out now, the position of this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So to do this now, say 2 multiplied by 5 because it's currently in base 5. You put this 2 here. Then this is what? 4 multiplied by 5. You put this 1 here. Plus 1 multiplied by 5. You put this 0 here. If you work this out now, you agree with me, this is 25 times 2, 50. Plus this will give us 20. This will give us 1. Because this is 1 times this is 1. This is 70, 71. So this is 71 to the base of 10. So we have moved this from base 5 to base 10, okay? Now, after you must have done this, the next thing you need to do now is to move to base 8. How do you move to base 8? By putting 71 here, say 8 divided by this. 71 divided by 8, you agree with me, is 8 remainder 7. That is 8 remainder 7. 8 here is 1 remainder 0. So 8 here is 0 remainder 1. Okay? Then you agree with me that you have to move from bottom to up. Then you write it 107 in base 8. 107 in base 8. So this is the answer. Okay? Hope you understand this. Thank you for joining.